Hi, my name is Corey Minter. I'm president of Trinity Employment Specialists. Trinity is a staffing company, and we specialize in staffing in the Tulsa and the Oklahoma City markets, in the medical fields, in accounting, finance, and banking, and customer service. Those are our lanes, and that's what we've been exceptional at. In fact, in just September of this last month, we were in Inc. magazine as one of America's fastest growing companies. And we've been awarded several awards in Tulsa for being one of Tulsa's fastest growing companies as well. And so in doing that and interviewing so many people, I was asked the other day, or actually just a minute ago, by someone, said, so how do you sell yourself if you're going to be in an interview, or even if you're just trying to sell yourself in general? And so I wanted to give some ideas, and one of these ideas is very specific to an interview, but I think that this might be interesting to some people. So whenever you have to sell something, you have to know what it is that you're wanting to sell. And so you need to have a clear vision of what you want to become, and make certain that you are able to portray that. So once you have a clear vision and you know what it is that you're wanting to sell about yourself, then at that point you'll want to start formulating what it is that you know. What are your assets? What do you contribute in that particular area? And I would really strongly suggest that you literally write it down. Just bullet point out what it is that you offer and start to know it like it's second nature. Most people, when they're going through this process, they're uncomfortable in selling themselves, and I totally get that. But something that naturally happens when you're uncomfortable is you have to force yourself to put in you have to force yourself to put any kind of effort into it. And so there's a lot of people who will want to sell themselves, and they'll think, hey, yeah, I want to sell myself on this particular vision I have for myself, but they won't ever really go in there and memorize and put it in their heart how they want to sell whatever it is. So what I suggest to you is, once you bullet point this out, really, truly practice how you're going to say it. Practice it and practice it and practice it. Say it different ways. There are going to be some ways that work and some ways that don't. I was reading a book by Steve Martin the other day, and I really, really relate to Steve Martin because I am the exact same way he is, especially when I go and speak different places. But this is what Steve Martin said. He said it's a really, really good thing that effort is a great substitute for talent. And this is what he was meaning. He told this story. He said, listen, when I go and try to create a set list, Steve Martin was known there for a long time as one of our nation's best comedians by a country mile. He was very, very popular and very, very funny. But it would take him 2 years to create that set list that he would go on and perform. He said, listen, I would tell 100 bad jokes to like 2 or 3 good ones. It's just that I would keep trying, and I would keep using it, and I would pay attention to the audience, see what got a laugh and see what didn't. And that's how he created his set list. It took him a long time. When I create a speech, I'm not someone who just creates it off the top of the cuff. I put a lot of effort into it, and then I'll go out and speak at smaller events and really refine my ideas, and I'll pay attention to the things that resonated with people, and then I'll slowly adjust until you have something great. You will want to do the same thing as well when you're trying to sell your skills on your vision. So make sure that you put some effort into it. Make sure that you really know it, and that you're not having to think about it in the moment. And so a big part of that would be to practice it. If you're in an interview and you're trying to sell yourself, this is what I suggest. print out or just go on and Google a ton of different interviewing questions that you're most likely going to get asked. And if you just type in sample interviewing questions, you are going to get a list 100 miles long. And you'll want to go in there and pick out several of them, but I think that you should go line item by line item and just say to yourself, what would I say if somebody asked me that? And go through and just know what you would say if somebody asked you like that. Because if you take a sample of 100 interviewing questions and you already know what you would say if somebody asked you that, when you go into an interview, you're not going to be surprised. Have you ever seen a deer when the car comes up, and the headlights are flashed on, and they just look at you like, what? I'm telling you, you can tell when you meet with somebody who's nervous in an interview and you ask them a question they weren't prepared for. They don't know what to do. They look stunned. You will not look stunned if you go and print out from Google a list of 100 interviewing questions and you know exactly what it is that you're going to say. It's going to cover so many different topics that you're probably going to, at that point, have some ideas for yourself. It's a great practicing tool. So if you're trying to sell yourself in an interview, I think that would be a really good place to start. And just make certain that when you are answering those questions, you're highlighting the things that you want them to know. And make sure that you keep inserting that, even when it might feel uncomfortable at times. The last thing to selling yourself is to be able to listen. So whether you're in an interview, if you're in an interview, ask questions, ask good questions, and have questions prepared, and then listen. Really do a good job listening. I suggest that if you can, ask some good follow-up questions to whatever it is that they say. I'm going to tell you why here. This is something that a big majority of people just have no idea how to do. And the reason is because the most important person to just anyone is themselves. Like in this building, we've got probably, I'm guessing, at least 20 people in this building right now. And right now, the most important person to each one of these 20 individuals that I do not know that's in this building, it's themselves. And because of that, it is against most human beings' nature to really, really pay attention and listen to someone. And it is the biggest gift that you can ever give someone. If you listen to someone, if you ask them a thought-out question, and you really listen and pay attention to them, and you validate what it is that they say, you will make that person feel valuable. And when they feel valuable, they will want to be around you. And it is the biggest, the most influential and persuasive organ that the human being owns are their ears. I'm telling you, I've been in sales for years, and when you take the time to sit down and listen to someone and really value what it is that they say and validate them when you agree with them, you will be giving them a wonderful gift, and they will want to be around you. So those are some things that I think that can help sell you in whatever it is you're doing, whether you're doing an interview with a place like Trinity Employment Specialists or whatever it is that you're doing. I think that those things will help you. If Trinity can help you in employment in any way, whether you're an employer looking for good employees, we would love to speak with you. And if you are a great A-player employee, we would love to speak with you and see if we can help you as well. Give us a call at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com. Thank you.